Hey there, everybody. Lamont here from JKS, checking in on the solar sector. So, starting off with TAN, our ETF. Oh, it's already there. We are seeing some all-time highs, which is always nice. And let's see. I don't think we are over the key. It's not much of a resistance, but I don't think we're over that. No, we're not. We are not over that extended hours resistance, 8450. But there really wasn't much volume on that at all. So I don't terribly care much about it. But it's just a level that's there to pay attention to. Oh! I realized the moving averages would be better for these kinds of videos since since the level is flux. I like to personally use a lot of horizontal stuff like the TD indicator, pivots, and Fibonacci retracements, extensions, things like that. But I realized that for the purposes of these videos, the moving averages work better since it'll give us a better idea of where price might be in the future. I mean, it's moving, right? It moves with it. So, for example, if I want to do a fib pull, like let's say we start our coverage here today, and I want to do a fib pull to try to help me dig out some levels. It's not really helpful, right? Because that might not be the pivot. We might see some more upside, or yeah, we might see some more upside. If we see some more upside, then obviously I would have to move this to adjust to use the retracement as any kind of guide. So I decided switch it up to moving averages. So plays like that and like that one, maybe we can measure out a bit better if we use our moving averages as a guide. Okay. Just getting some comments about how to do the fib stuff, and whenever someone asks me, how do I use this tool, I always ask them to ask themselves first, do you even need it? It's always the number one question. You might have something better, or might not even need to do it at all. Anyway, it's like that old adage, right? I'm sorry to get rambly, but it's like that old adage, right? They spend so much time wondering if they could do a thing that they forgot to ask whether they should. Anyway, so strong day for the bulls. Still no pullback for a daily higher low. Whenever we do pull back with an hourly trend change to the bears and lose this every single day with a higher low pattern, we will be scouting for a daily higher low over 73.09. So we got a wick. Let's see what happened on the hourly time frame. The hourly time frame. All right, so this is a situation where you'd want to zoom in to look at the details, because some people might consider this a reversal candle. But if you zoom in to the hourly chart, really all it was a higher low over this one right here of 78.57. So bull set a higher low at 80.30 today really quickly in the morning, the AM session, and then pushed to new highs and set another hourly higher low at 81.75, and then closed the day relatively strong. So it does not look very much like a reversal based on the hourly chart. However, there is still the chance for the bears to show up, defend this 84.50 level, defend this 83.76 level, and then potentially change the hourly trend. If bears can step in and hold 83.76 and then break this low of 81.75, they'll have a confirmed hourly downtrend. And then if they can break the previous day's low as well, then we'll be very confident that it's time to start looking for that daily higher low over 73.09. All right, so that being said, tomorrow, is it reasonable to be looking for another hourly higher low on this rather large leg up? I don't think it's completely unreasonable. Let's see here. This is starting to look impulsive. So we are right about, we did just bing the anticipated projection for a impulsive wave though, or three wave. Anyway, I don't hate it still. This is still plenty of room. Like, the idea is the more that a trend goes on, the more wary you want to be that it can end, right? However, as long as you're seeing good momentum and you can position safely, it's fine to take steps. I don't think this is terribly unreasonable. At the end of the day, there was good defense and then buying pressure going into the end of the day. Let's check out the 5-minute volume. What's this? Oh, pop. Yeah, it's not exactly what a bear would want to see. So I still think it's fairly reasonable to be looking for another hourly high or low over 81.75. We'll just want to be, a bit cautious, right? As we continue on this strong move. So ideally, we will get 5-minute oversold conditions. So I guess going forward, now that we're using the 12 and 26, we can just mark off a general area like that, look on the hourly time frame, and it would essentially be a 26 EMA test. So basically, to use this is the 12 and 26 EMA. I'm sure you're familiar with Dan's use of it, and so essentially you can apply the oversold plays and the 12 and 26 EMA. It's essentially confluence, right? If you can get 5-minute over, or if you can get your key time frame lower oversold onto the larger time frame up. So in this case, if we're looking for an hourly high or low, if you can get the 5-minute oversold into the hourly 12 EMA or the hourly 26 EMA even, then those are typically a decent spot to go for a continuation play. Okay, so we'll just have it set up like that from now on. Yeah, so tomorrow, if we just want to see some 5-minute oversold conditions, it would be right down there, just about, which I think would cover the 2 hourly. Now it'd be a bit below, but the RSI would change, so I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow when it opens up. Okay, so maybe if we just use. Okay, I like that a lot better actually. Maybe this is the ticket. So with extended hours off, it works the same way. RSI, like it's people always ask, right? Should I have extended hours on or off? It doesn't really matter too much. It's just that you want to compare, previous history. How has it been in the past? And so obviously you can see oversold signals still are fine, relatively same behavior. Okay. All right. So that's where the 5-minute would be oversold. Check it out on the hourly. That is right around where the 12 EMA would be. So if we can get right around there, that would be a decent place for another potential continuation play, in my opinion. All right, so 5-minute oversold into the EMA support for 10. Okay, JKS. All right, obviously we didn't get this long, but we did get that short. All right, so I think I moved this in the morning. Not sure if you watched the last video. Obviously you can confirm for yourself, but I believe I adjusted this morning because I was interested in it and the levels weren't quite lined up. I don't recall. Either way, decent setup here. We got right into our zone of interest where we thought there could be potential for short. Just a quick recap: it was due to the daily. Oh, I didn't. Should have checked the daily time frame. We were looking to short off this trend line, so it played out pretty well. We marked off this chop zone, the trend line, and we wanted to see hourly overbought conditions. All of those things were fulfilled here, and so a decent short, not a bad short. If you took this short, ideally you have already protected your position. You had a good target is always the median line of the channel. I believe I spoke about that. No, that wasn't in relation to this. Either way, you have plenty of opportunity to take profit on this short, and so while the bears have yet to confirm an hourly downtrend, they are positioned very well to do so tomorrow. So if the bears can step in, defend this high of 68.16 and break this low of 65.31, they'll confirm this hourly downtrend and then have bulls scouting a daily higher low over 56.51. Okay, run. Same thing, daily continuation, multiple days without daily consolidation at this point. 8 days, almost 2 full trading weeks without any daily consolidation. Came up to kiss our zone of interest here. Looks like we would have got one fill on that short, but again, this is not what you want to see. You don't want to see the bulls close so strong. If you are going short, I mean. Obviously, we didn't get these. That's what I'm talking about with these EMAs. It's like it's an easier level to play off of if you have to give guidance a night before as it moves with price, right? As opposed to retracement levels. Anyway, so if you got this one, Phil, also plenty of time to chop it up, and I cannot advise swinging even half a position with a close so close, but whatever. If people have different risk tolerances, so I do think how. Let's see, actually. I mean, I still, if it didn't initiate the trade, it's still like technically in play. I think it would be fine to give it another go. In hourly overbought conditions into our zone of interest. The zone of interest is marked off due to just this little bit of congestion here. It made a bottom, and then I'm just including these tops here. So it's not terribly convincing. If there was a lot of volume back there, a lot of chop, then I would feel a lot better about this. So in my opinion, this is a pretty aggressive way to look for that potential weekly lower high. All right, we are scouting that weekly lower high. Anything under 82.30, no, 82.42 will be one. But this is a very healthy weekly chart. Didn't lose that 12 and 26 EMA, hooking back up now. Obviously, this is more consolidation than bulls would have wanted to see, but check out the volume, right? Especially these last two bars here. You don't really have much volume, right? So that's big volume, then it kind of just falls off. So, I mean, this isn't great either. You're not getting a nice bullish volume on the way up. So what's probably on the table is an EQ, right? We'll probably get a tightening range, a lower high, higher low. Then we'll look for some kind of break, just like many of the broader market names right now. Some of the broader market in general. It's kind of like in a weekly EQ. All right, so we're looking out for that weekly lower high. Approaching the golden zone right there. So maybe we even raise it up a bit. And again, just making sure that any scales come in when the hourly is extended on our side. Okay, so double top test is on deck tomorrow at 67.38, this key daily resistance. Hourly trend still very healthy. So bulls can be scouting for another hourly higher low. Anything over 64.76 will be one. So something in this proximity or so in 5-minute oversold conditions. Would they be oversold? Not quite. Not quite. So maybe we start down here, take a look back on the hourly to see what that looks like. It looks okay, I think. That looks all right. All right, so 5-minute oversold into the 12 and 26 EMA as a visual guide, but also just making sure that there's some kind of price action to the left would be ideal. Okay, FSLR. Let's see. Didn't check in on this one. So this is one too where you would have wanted to move the levels up because you want to scale in while the hourly is overbought. So that would have been like up here. So although this trade worked out okay, let's see, gave you plenty of time to take profit on any of your fills. Still, I probably would have ran it more closer to this. Because again, you want to start your scales when hourly is overbought. So that would be right here on this candle, I believe. Yes. Right, you want to start on that candle. And so you'd move your zone up a little bit. And so the trade would look more like that. Okay, and so I guess technically it got just shy of target. Anyway, this is also not what you want to see when you are going short. You don't want to see a big move like that into huge buying and then have the bulls just at another higher low. So any shorts on this name, caution. Definitely apply caution. Excuse me. Oh, I didn't notice that. TTM squeezing. And now fire to the upside. So theoretically, there should be some good momentum behind this move. Excuse me. So just another reason to be cautious for shorts. Hourly trend still very healthy. Excuse me. Hourly trend still very healthy, and we are looking up at these resistance levels up here on the daily time frame in the 95s, 96 area. So continuation plays with this much of a move down and then a big recovery. I wouldn't be surprised if we EQ'd into tomorrow, just like a tightening range. And I wouldn't be surprised by a break before the end of the day either, because it's not a lot of range. So if you're looking for continuation play, same as before, look for 5-minute oversold conditions into the 12 and 26 EMA ideally. So let's just check it out. Yeah, something like that. So we'll check. Yep, looks reasonable, right? Because we're just trying to scoop the area roughly between the 12 and 26 EMA whenever there are oversold conditions, right? We're looking for holds like this. Okay. Oh, something is in my throat. If, however, the bears are able to show up tomorrow, defend this high of 91.50, break this low of 88.69, then bulls will be scouting for a daily higher low. Anything over 79.05 will be won. And then regarding shorts, we're looking up here, 96. Ideally, we will get hourly overbought conditions, just like over here, into these key levels of resistance. Into the median line as well. Price action, a lot of confluence here. Something like that. I kind of doubt it gets there tomorrow, but in the near term, we can look to be top fishing these levels here. Okay, plug on the daily time frame. Big red day today. After breaking to a new all-time high, so a bit of a red flag, but let's check that hourly time frame, see how it shook out. Excuse me. Oh, perfect. Nice trade. Okay, so this trade that's set up obviously got a couple fills, hit the target, and I think all those parameters were met. We were just looking for another hourly higher low. And where was the 5-minute oversold as we were scaling? Oh, interesting. Oh no, it must have been the extended hours. Yeah, so over here, right? 5-minute oversold into these levels here. So yeah, this is another time where I probably would have adjusted it. It probably would not have gotten 2 fills. Probably would have just got 1 because it just got oversold there. So this trade probably would look more like this as planned, and then would have changed to something like that immediately because you know, you can chop it up, right? As soon as it gives some profit, you chop up your position, put your stop under the low, all of a sudden your RR becomes amazing, right? 26-1, right? So I never complain if I only get 1 fill out of my zone of interest because I know that in the end, my RR is going to be pretty good. So can't complain. Anyways, another hourly higher low has been established. However, this is a big move down. So I would anticipate an hourly lower high. Anything under 28.70 will be an hourly lower high. And so if we're looking short tomorrow, we just want to be doing so with 5-minute overbought conditions into our zone of interest. There's always congestion there. Okay, let's check it out. Yeah, basically a top fishing play, right? But it is a blue sky bull, so again, shorts caution. Although there definitely does appear to be some weakness starting to show itself. Beautiful back test of this level. Love it. You see that all the time. Even right here, right? Back test of this level. All right, so if the bears can show up tomorrow, change that hourly trend by defending this high of 28.70 and breaking this low of 25.84, they'll change that hourly trend and have bulls looking for a daily higher low over $22. Lots of space to do so. Oh, that's it. I guess I can stay there. Okay. All right. So I think that about covers it. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all soon.